Hello, Think Plus. I'm excited today to be joined here by our Vice President of Community Solar, Steve Condon. So I'm Kelly Broughton. I am your Senior Director of Training and Leadership Development. And today we're going to take a little bit of time and go over some new updates. Think Plus can now market community solar to businesses and multi-meter accounts in Illinois through our partnership with Nexamp. So what we're going to do with our Vice President of Community Solar, he's going to walk us through kind of high level what that looks like, what the process is about, and we're going to even give you a view of the cart experience as well too. So, Steve, let's go ahead and dig into it today, okay?
All right. Hello, everybody.
All right.
Okay. Okay. So very exciting. As some of you guys have already heard, we have been rolling out the opportunity to basically enroll both commercial accounts with our partner at Nexamp in Illinois for ComEd and Ameren. And on top of that, it also allows us to kind of expand the opportunity to individuals who own multiple accounts. And so it's not just commercial, it's multi account enrollments as well, which has been tricky prior to today. So very excited to roll this out. Who qualifies? So just to reiterate, so anybody, any single individual contact who owns multiple accounts, that might be somebody who owns a couple of apartments or multiple homes, or a business who also owns multiple accounts, could be multifamily housing, whatever it may be. You'll now have the ability to enroll multiple accounts, single owner. We also have the ability, to enroll any commercial account. And so we'll get into the differentiation between the two. But generally speaking, I would think about this opportunity. You would choose a commercial enrollment when any number of accounts or a single account it averages more than 30,000 kilowatt hours per year. And that equates to about $250 a month on your account utility bill. So anytime you're paying more than $250 a month for the accounts that you're looking to enroll, either aggregated or on a single account basis, you're going to choose the commercial enrollment. So again, we're going to be a little repetitive here because we want to make sure you can really kind of understand how we think about the commercial or multi-meter enrollment. So the residential versus the commercial multi-meter. So again, if you have a single account, it's not just about rate class. You could have a commercial rate class account that uses 10,000 kilowatt hours a year, kind of an average household, right? And you're going to choose the residential enrollment at that point. So a residential enrollment, when you go to the cart, is going to be chosen when you're less than 30,000 kilowatt hours a year, and it's a single account. If you have multiple accounts, anytime it's more than one account, and ultimately, you're consuming more than 30,000 kilowatt hours a year, either for the single account or as an aggregated view of your accounts, you're going to choose your commercial enrollment because we have the ability to add multiple accounts now. Great. So when you get to the card experience, you're going to choose your residential or commercial. You're already an expert now. So choose one or the other. And at that point, you're going to enter your contact information. Let's assume that we're entering a multi-meter opportunity or multi-account opportunity or a commercial account, again, using more than 30,000 kilowatt hours a year. At that point, it's really just it's kind of a data collection application, if you will, or enrollment form. So we'll talk about that in a minute, but you're going to enter your basic contact information. You're going to accept the basic disclosure, which is a disclosure with Think Community Solar. It's allowing us to share information about you and your accounts with Nexamp, our partner. And then the next opportunity is going to be entering your utility account information. And again, if it's a single account north of 30,000 kilowatt hours, then you'll enter one account. If it's multiple accounts, you'll have the ability to save what you entered and add more accounts during this enrollment flow. And then you'll submit those accounts for review. So we'll walk you through kind of a basic view of the cart itself. So per usual, just start with your zip code. If you're going to go thinkenergy.com, use your EA get link as you always do. So you guys are experts on that front, and enter the zip code. Now the next cart you're going to see is a product card, just per usual. So in this case, you'll have an option for the residential minimum 15%, and you'll have an option for, if you notice the product card, it says enrollment application in yellow there, and it says a commercial 15% discount. This is your commercial and or multi-account enrollment opportunity. And so just to be clear, this is an enrollment application. We're collecting information about your accounts to share with NexAmp to identify what the best subscriber agreement is going to be in the terms. So there's a little bit of information on the product card there to read through. At this point, it's the same as usual. We're going to create our account by basically providing your account information. And so if you look at the Create Your Account card on the left, there's a little bit more information than there usually is. The first input is a company name. So just to be clear, if you're an individual who owns 2 homes and you're just putting 2 residential accounts in here under the multimeter or commercial application, you don't need a company name. You can just put in, it says in there, name on utility bill. And so that's just fine. If it is an actual commercial business or an entity that owns all of the meters you're about to enroll, then you can put in the commercial entity. And then we're going to proceed as usual. First name, contact information, last name, contact information. If you have a title, again, if you're just an individual who owns a couple of homes or a couple of apartments, then you can just put not applicable under the title. Don't overthink it. Just keep moving in a logical way, and we'll work that out with you. Email address, confirm your email, and accept the disclosures, which allows us to share your information with that NexAmp, as we had mentioned earlier. The next step here is if you click next, then you're going to see the enter service address. Sorry, Kelly, if we go back. We put it all into one slide here. So the next phase will be entering your service address. Same as usual, phone number, birth date, street address, state, city, zip. If your billing address, again, if you're a commercial entity and your billing address is different than the service address, you have the option to either check the box to say it's the same or uncheck the box and add different information for your mailing information or your billing address. Next step is, per usual, you're going to enter your choice ID, which is effectively your account number, or very, very similar in Illinois to your choice ID. Confirm your choice ID and add your estimated monthly usage in dollars, and then we'll click next. So because this is just an enrollment form, again, for commercial multiple accounts owned by a single owner, we're not signing a subscriber agreement at this time. What we're doing is collecting all of the information about your accounts and your contact information so we can share that with NexAmp, and they can identify the best terms or type of subscriber agreement that's going to fit your need here. And we'll talk about that in a minute as well. So until then, once you hit next, you should see a turnaround time. What we're going to do is take all of your information. We automatically share it with NexAmp. NexAmp then runs through their process to evaluate your single or multiple accounts that are aggregated, and they'll identify within 7 to 10 days, business days, they'll identify the best terms and conditions that are available for you that fit the mold for your accounts. Once the eligibility is confirmed, NexAmp will send you, or the customer rather, is going to send the customer an agreement, the subscriber agreement, directly through DocuSign. So depending on the usage and the account structure, how many accounts you have and how much aggregated usage there is in kilowatt hours, some customers may receive multiple subscriber agreements in that DocuSign email from NexAmp directly. Once the customer signs their subscriber agreement, again via DocuSign that they'll get via email from NexAmp, the customer will have to create a customer login and add their payment information to that account as well. And we'll have additional information on how that'll flow, but generally it'll be coming through email through NexAmp. So your customer needs to be aware of emails coming from NexAmp. And we may loop you in as the energy advisor to ask for your assistance if customers aren't seeing the emails or aren't completing the right steps to get their subscriber agreement signed. So just to give a quick summary of the potential subscriber agreements or the contract overview. So again, right now in the cart, we have the residential product, which is less than 30,000 kilowatt hours a year, which equates to it's about $250 a month in your utility bill, plus minus. So in the standard agreement, we would have a 90-day cancellation. Effectively, very simple, no cancellation fees. It's the exact same agreement that we're selling today to our customers, that we're referring to our customers today. That agreement applies for anywhere from effectively the smallest individual residential customer, as you're doing today, up to about 100,000 kilowatt hours a year. And so that'll be an aggregated view of multiple accounts, one owner, or a single account up to about 100,000 kilowatt hours. When we get north of 100,000 kilowatt hours on a single account or single owner who owns multiple accounts, we'll get into a 3-year commitment. So there's no early cancellation option. The customer, if they sign an agreement, it's going to require a 3-year commitment. And there may be a credit review, but that'll be to be determined based on the account structure, and Nexamp will inform us of that as we proceed towards the subscriber agreements being released. Additionally, there's another level of aggregated account volume, if you will, that's north of 250,000 kilowatt hours, which is very similar from a term perspective. It's a 3-year agreement. There's no early cancellation. In this case, there's definitively a credit review. And again, we'll review that with Nexamp and refer back to the customer to let them know if they have or have not passed the credit review for any reason. So next slide, please. Great. And so the billing overview is really important as well. So when we get north of 30,000 kilowatt hours of consumption, which is effectively what we're doing here, is allowing enrollments north of 30,000 kilowatt hours. It could be a single account owned by a single individual, or it could be multiple accounts aggregated to look like the usage being more than 30,000 kilowatt hours. There will be a subscriber agreement for every 30,000 kilowatt hours of consumption. So again, there could be a single account that uses 40,000 kilowatt hours. That would be 2 subscriber agreements. And that has to do with the rules in the Illinois Shines program and how we're required to contract with individual customers. So there may be one account that's north of 30,000 kilowatt hours. Let's say it's 40,000 of consumption per year, a single account. That account will get split into 2 subscriber agreements, just to be very clear and reiterate again. So on the back end, once customers are allocated to a project, accounts will be billed monthly for the credits received based on the subscriber agreement. So again, if you have a single account using 40,000 kilowatt hours, that will have been 2 subscriber agreements that were signed, which means there's going to be 2 transactions per month, one for each subscriber agreement. And further example, as written here, if you have one account that's spread over 3 subscriber agreements, there'll be 3 transactions each month. So just to be very clear on how this rolls out, this is all based on the Illinois Shines program and consumer protection requirements. They require that we break things up by 30,000 plus minus kilowatt hours of consumption.
All right. Well, thank you, Steve, so much for giving us all that information. And so energy advisors, be sure to watch this a second time if you just need to kind of, absorb all that information. We've got EA support available if you have any questions, and we look forward to everybody moving forward with this great news. So thank you so much, Steve, and thank you, energy advisors, for watching this training.
Thanks, Kelly. Thanks, everybody.